guys, welcome to another interesting segment on Home Truth Nigeria. So today we'll talk on the topic: your Nigerian man is a user if he does these things. So after years of being involved with this romance scam work, I think I can comfortably say some women still don't know how Nigerian men show love. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again in most of my videos. A lot of ladies have not experienced what it means to be loved by a Nigerian man. The truth is, if you meet a real and honest Nigerian man who really loves you, you will certainly see the just an example of what and how Nigerian men understand show love. Now, I understand due to novelty that arises from differences in culture, a lot of you could not understand or make meaning on how we show love. Some of you feel, especially as ladies from the West, you feel sometimes it's your responsibility to, take care of this man. And that is why and where a lot of you actually encounter users and not men who actually love you. And this is why today I want to talk on the topic: your Nigerian man is a user if he does this few things I will be mentioning. Now, the first way to give out that your Nigerian man is a user is if he avoids commitment, avoidance of commitment, or quick commitment. These are two things depending on your case. Now, avoidance of commitment is one way you a Nigerian man may show you that he's not interested, but although he's still giving you that impression that he's in a relationship with you, but he's not actually committing. He's still like making you understand that he loves you, he cares for you, and he's not committing. Now, one thing is we all have plans and expectations, and all of our plans and expectation, we have a particular time frame we want all of this to materialize. And as a grown lady, when you meet a grown Nigerian man, you think he would also understand this process. So this allows you to factor you know things happening around you, especially meeting this Nigerian man. And I always say to you, if you're a grown lady, you're getting to meet a Nigerian man and you're talking to him, make sure in 6 months the purpose of him coming to your life and talking to you should be established. This is the foundation. You should know within and after 6 months why he is here. This would give you a clear conclusion to know if this guy is actually serious or not serious. 6 months is enough to arm yourself with vital information to know who and what this guy is up and about. Why is he coming to your life? And I always say to ladies, in this 6 months, zip up, don't zip down, if you know what I mean. A guy who doesn't want to commit to you may show what I call shallow commitment. Don't confuse shallow commitment with real commitment. Shallow commitment involves, sometimes buying gifts and money, sometimes taking you to nice restaurant trips. Shallow commitment revolves around materialistic things. The purpose of this is to break your guards so that he could, come in and eat the cookie, as the case may be. And this is where you need to zip up. Zip up, don't zip down in this process where you're still trying to figure out who this dude is. Because a lot will give you this fake shallow commitment and you think things are improving, but no, that's the best they can offer. But they garnish it with materialistic things. And then by the time your eyes are open, you've discovered that this guy had his way with you multiple times. And by then it's late. If you're with such person, you're with a Nigerian man who is a user. And then the ones who are very quick to make commitments are these guys you just meet few weeks, and the next thing they are telling you how much they love you. Some are even going as far as proposing to you. Some are doing everything possible to get you to like them. This quick commitment that comes before love bombing, after love bombing, I beg your pardon, as a sign you with a user. And if you're having such around you, I will be very, very careful, because one thing these guys do is that they try to get this fixed quickly so you can start sending money to them. Now, another way to know he's a user is what we call the limited communication. This is another way you know that your Nigerian man is a user. When the communication is very, very little. Now, a lot of you will say, well, this is not me. This is not my case. My Nigerian man, we speak a lot. We are talking morning and night. We're talking every day. The moon and the sun and all the heavenly bodies are our witnesses. Hallelujah. Now, here's the thing. The question is, in as much as you guys talk a lot, what are you guys talking about? What are you actually talking about? Are you talking about things that revolves around him? Are you talking about his troubles, his needs, his difficulties, what he wants to do, what he wants to achieve? And then he makes a kind of break and then makes some nice compliments and encouragement to you. And then he continues with his problem. And then you guys are looking for solution, how to solve his problem and his family problem. And because of that, you think you're talking a lot. No, you're not having communication. You're wasting your time. That is limited communication, because the conversation is sent out around him. Talking always doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are saying something meaningful. It's not meaningful if 90% of the time it's about him, and then 10% of the time he's just giving you tips and encouragements just to help you go by the next day of loneliness. If that's the question, then you are being used. You're not with a real Nigerian man. He doesn't love you. He is using you. And this is why you need to take your time to check the details of your conversation to see what are we actually talking about. Every time we speak, what is the context of our conversation? What do we speak on? About him, me, or do we speak about things that improves us generally, for the betterment of the relationship? Or one way or the other is just about him. You need to know what the context of that communication is to know if you're dealing with a user or someone who actually loves you. Another sign is the financial dependence. I'll say it again. If you're funding the lifestyle of a Nigerian man who wants to marry you, you're paying his rent, clothes, food, and other things, he's a user and you're being used. Now, this is not something an average Nigerian man would do when he truly loves you. And that's the truth. Now, it's a different ball game if you guys are legally married and your Nigerian man is out of job. Of course, you as the partner, you can help. But if you are in your country and you're sending money to a Nigerian man, you haven't met him. Some of you haven't met him. Been talking for years, and you keep sending money. You know, trust me, you are being used. Nigerian men don't love this way. We don't love this way. This is not how we are raised to show love to women. We do not love in a way whereby we allow the woman to take and cater for all our needs. It reduces us to nothing. I'm telling you this. Even the Nigerian man who is taking money from you is using that money to give to another lady. Because the last thing he wants to do is make a lady do that. Even no Nigerian lady would do that. Because for us, when we go through financial difficulties, it happens. We don't expect you to take over our burden. We could ask you for one or two assistants to help us fix something, but not like, okay, you have to pay our rent. Any Nigerian man who is comfortably coming to you as the lover, asking you for his rent, he doesn't love you. He's a user. Any Nigerian man who is comfortably coming to you for his rent, food, and he's a user. He is not your lover. He's a user. And that is why I say to you, if you are a lady and you love with a Nigerian man, and you're talking to this Nigerian man, one thing you have to tell him is, I don't send money. I don't send money to men. I'm sorry. Por favor. Je suis désolé. Stop me light. I don't send money. No. Nunca, nunca. I don't do it. That's the first thing you have to say to him. I'm sorry, I don't do it. I will not give money to a man. I don't send money. Can we continue speaking? And you always have to say this, and you have to be serious about this. No matter what, don't break it. You have to be very serious about it, because the moment you make the mistake to send once, uno, eins, once, un, the moment you make that mistake to send once, it would never stop. That moment you send once, he would keep coming. That's what users do. A true Nigerian man who loves you, if you send him once, you will see he will not come to you again. But a user would keep coming. He may come once in 2 months, once in 3 months. He comes to see if your guards are down, if you're vulnerable at that point. He would look for one way, one thing that makes it seem like the world is collapsing on him to get money from you. And then you send to him. And this is why you need to be careful. Because if you find yourself in that situation, my dear, you're not in a relationship. You're with a user. He's there to use you. Another way to know is the home address is not found. Now, some of you are with Nigerian men, you don't know where they live. They know where you live, they know your state, they know your street, and all of this. You don't know where you live. And he is not bothered to tell you. You just know he lives in Lagos or Owerri or this. And that's all. He hasn't told you. You know why he hasn't told you? Because you're not important. You're not important. In fact, when you video call him or try to call him randomly, most times he doesn't pick. You call and he goes on missed call. He picks only when he gives you time to call him. And if you find yourself in that situation, you're with a user. Because most times you're with this guy and then he goes missing. And the point he's missing, you can't talk to him because he's not free to talk to you. He's talking to other people. You can't just call him randomly. Why? Why are you calling him randomly? And to make matters worse, it doesn't work. You're the one paying his rent and everything. Still, he has to tell you when to call him. Think about it. Something is wrong. You're with a user. That's just the fact. Last but not the least, a smooth talker. Now, one way to spot a Nigerian user is he has a very, very good way of smooth talking you. This guy who are smooth talkers, they smooth talk you into doing everything for him. They smooth talk you to undress, they smooth talk you, to love and to do everything. And sometimes when your brain starts working together, because for whatever reason you start eating granite, you start eating nice food, and your brain, the electric is sparking, you're starting to think. The moment he sees that you ask a sensible question, he comes in again, he smooth talk you, he calls you Ifemi. Obim. He looks for one nickname, one nice pet name with the Nigerian language, that makes you go gagas, tomato jaws. And then the next thing, you bring out your phone, you're looking at how to transfer money to him, and then you're undressing for him, undressing like you're a mannequin in a showroom. And that's what smooth talkers do. Smooth talkers, they smooth talk you into doing everything. And the moment they see that your brain is starting to click, they will come to your Achilles heel, and then make you do things. They'll do things that they know confuses you. And the moment they do that, they get you, you start smiling, smiling sheepishly, smiling like you're just learning how to smile for the first time. And then you do their bidding. Now, guys, I'm making this video to warn you that the Nigerian man you're with may not be your lover if he does these things I've listed, rather a user who is there to steal and to destroy. And that is why you need to be very careful because a lot of you are losing money. The amount I've had just last week is outrageous. Money some of you don't have. Some of you, this money you saved up for your retirement, your hard you worked hard to get this money and you saved up for retirement so that you won't be dependent on anybody. Some of you even have to go take loan. And you're doing all of this for guys some of you you've not met, you've met them even once. And as a concerned citizen of Earth, concerned citizen of Nigerian, with all the well and meaningful Nigerians who hate scamming. Because I tell you this, an average Nigerian hates scamming. I tell you this, an average Nigerian man doesn't want to be associated with scamming. I tell you this, every Nigerian who hates scamming. I just want to make you understand that these signs I've listed, they're signs that you've been used. Because no God fearing, meaningful, and honest, decent, respectful Nigerian man will put you through this. So again, if you want to analyze your relationship with me personally, and you want to know if you're with a lover or a user, you can write me on hometruth86 at gmail.com. It is completely free of charge. Writing me, a lot of you are in contact with me. I've not asked you for money, right? I mean, you can put it on the comment section if I've ever asked you for money. The only thing I ask for you is to subscribe. Subscribe, Show me proof you've subscribed to my channel. We can talk about your relationship if you with a user or a lover. With that, guys, like, share, and subscribe. 100 Nigeria. Peace out.